Let's bring in John Rutledge, chief economist or investment strategist at Softenon and CNBC contributor, and Derek Scissors, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. I don't know. I mean, John, you've been to China so many times. I'm sure met so many wonderful people. I just can't imagine what they've gone through. And we've talked to our reporter, Eunice Yoon, who lives in Beijing many times. 2.5, 3 years of just harsh lockdowns. And oftentimes, we say lockdown, it's like don't go anywhere. They're actually locked in to apartment buildings by a police force from the outside. Now COVID's running rampant. When will China see a normalcy, in your view?
Well, they're actually locked into their apartments as they were in Shanghai during the 2-month lockdown. And now, of course, it's every man for himself. I think that the one positive silver lining in this mess we've got is that without medical facilities and without medical equipment like ventilators, this thing is going to blow through China very fast. It'll make a lot of people sick. It'll kill a lot of people, but it'll also bring their economy back earlier than we might have thought otherwise, because now at least we know that zero COVID is ending.
Yeah. And Derek, I guess to our previous segment, and none of us, as far as I'm not an epidemiologist, I don't think you are, and I know John's not. We're going to have to wait to see how the thing plays out, correct? 1.3 billion people. This could take a while. And I only bring it up not for medical reason, obviously, yes, human reason, yes, but economic reason with people out of work for weeks at a time with COVID.
Right. That's right. It is moving very quickly through coastal cities, just like John said, just like you'd expect. But coastal cities are not China. There are inland cities that COVID is going to hit. Then there are rural areas with hundreds of millions of Chinese that COVID is going to hit. So Beijing and Shanghai are going to say, January, it's all turned around. And that may very well be true. But the rest of China, this is going to take several months because China is so big that even though local areas clear fairly quickly, the country as a whole is going to be suffering for several more months. Yeah.
And then, John, let's assume sooner than later kind of does what it did around the world, runs rampant. It's a hellacious time. Hopefully they build up immunity, maybe bring in some Western vaccines despite their national pride. It seems like that's what they need to do. We'll see if they do that. 1 year from today, would you expect a, quote, regular China, a pre-COVID China, just running on all economic cylinders, or no?
Well, in terms of numbers, perhaps, but of course, we have a hard time trusting the numbers anyway, Brian. In terms of the people, absolutely not. These people are now walking wounded PTSD survivors.
Traumatized.
After the lockdown period and the men in the Michelin suits pushing them around. Mm-hmm. Now they're going through this massive sickness and epidemic. As Derek said, this is something that the trading cities, the coastal cities in Beijing basically are on fire right now. Some reports are more than half the people in Beijing and Shanghai are now already infected. And that'll happen also in places like Zhengzhou, where they have a lot of trading activity and so forth. The rest of the country will take more time. So it's a humanitarian disaster. But a year from today, there will be 1.5 billion people who have been through two traumas, the likes of the Great Depression. And that leaves permanent marks on people. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at what we've got here. Long COVID here has already shrunk the labor force, reduced productivity, and changed all sorts of things in our own economy. Imagine what it does there with what's happening now.
Well, it's hard to comprehend, in part, all the things they've been through. It's going to be like or at least my grandparents, where, they never, the effects of the Depression never left them. They hoarded food. They put money in mattresses literally 40 years later because they were so scarred by what happened over those years. Derek, there's something amazing about China because we consider it this economic powerhouse, and in many ways it is in its own way, right? They're the cheap manufacturer to the world. Stock market stinks. The Shanghai stock market, what, is 10-year lows, 14-year lows?
Yeah, I mean, people make a mistake with China that they think it has a normal stock market or a normal by our standard stock market.
Seems rigged all the time in some ways, honestly.
Yeah. It's just it's influenced by policy statements more than macroeconomic performance or profit. So when people say, hey, next year I think that China's economy is going to do much better, so therefore stocks will rise, that doesn't follow at all. What matters is whether China's government says we're going to be supporting firms and helping them record higher paper profits with subsidies and anti-competitive policies. That could happen for a while to boost sentiment, and then Chinese stocks will rise. When it stops, the stock market will stop. But it's not based on, the most efficient firms win or the economy's booming.
Yeah.
Shanghai stocks peaked in 2007. There's been a lot of Chinese growth since then. Hasn't mattered to the stock market. The same will be true next year.
2000.
Yeah, Brian, there's really two follow-on points from Derek's. One is that if you really believe in China's growth and you can't help yourself, that you have to buy something Chinese, buy Rio Tinto in Australia. I mean, they will make money when China grows, and buy other companies located in places where there are judges in all black robes and audit standards.
We've got my RBI coming up. John, you might have read it because it's on the incredible growth of China. You got to hear it. John Rutledge, Derek Scissors, thank you both very much.